Hey guys, it's Christa Watson here from Christa Quilts, popping in with my free gift to you, a treasure trove of free quilt patterns. These can all be downloaded right now from my website at christaquilts.com/free pattern. They all include machine quilting suggestions so you can actually finish the quilt from start to finish. So let's take a look. The first one I want to share with you is called Beaded Lanterns. As you can see behind me, I originally made the quilt in solid colors so you could really see the machine quilting. Here's a close-up of the custom quilting for beaded lanterns, and it's actually much easier to stitch than it looks. This quilt is made from one jelly roll plus background fabric, and it sews up really fast. Now, I've recently updated the pattern to showcase my new Dazzle Dots 2 fabric, which comes out in February of 2025. So depending on when you watch this, the fabric may already be available. The bright pastels are just so yummy. Beaded Lanterns makes a nice throw size quilt, but of course the size can easily be adjusted by making more or fewer blocks. Each pre-cut strip will make one block, so the math is super easy on this one. And I always like trying out different background colors too. You can try the light icy blue color or the tan for a softer, more muted palette, or even classic white. No matter what, they all look great. The quilting plan is really easy to break down too. Just start by stitching in the ditch in between the columns. Then you can punch it up a bit by echoing each of the ditches with your walking foot. There's absolutely no marking involved. Next, switch to a free motion foot to quilt dense pebbles in the areas in between your blocks. And then finally jazz up the blocks with a fun loopy L design that you can quilt from the top to the bottom of each row to keep it continuous. I love this design so much, I made it from an earlier fabric collection that sadly is no longer in print. But my bright, colorful fabrics are very interchangeable, so here's a couple more close-up images showing how I machine quilted this version of Beaded Lanterns. So following the quilting plan that's included in the free pattern, I stitched in the ditch using my built-in dual feed, which acts just like a walking foot for straight line quilting. I like to do all of the ditch work first to anchor or secure the quilt. Then I echoed each of these ditch lines by placing the edge of my foot next to the previously stitched lines. Next, I dropped my feed dogs and switched to a free motion foot to quilt pebbles in all of the background areas using a matching thread color. Pebbles add such yummy texture to your quilts. Finally, I added those loopy L's in the blocks using a blending thread color that showed up better on some fabrics than others. And I didn't stress about making it look perfect. Isn't it fun to see how different a quilt can look just by changing up the fabrics? Now I'll highlight a couple of my other free patterns for you to try. They all include quilting plans too. This one is called Streamers and was the free pattern I released with my previous fabric collection, the original Dazzle Dots. I've made it with a pink background, but it also looks super cute in other colors too. It includes a very simple wavy line quilting plan, and there's a bonus video showing how to do this, so be sure to check the notes in the description box to watch that longer video. Next, there are two free patterns that I shared made for my Stitchy fabric collection. Although I designed them around this particular fabric collection, it's super easy to substitute similar colors from your stash to get the same look. My free Modern Runner pattern shows 3 different color combinations along with 3 different quilting plans. Practice your skills with straight line quilting, curvy quilting, or a combination of both. You can also grab the free pattern for herringbone. My original quilting plan for this one was pretty straightforward, combining just a couple motifs. However, once I started quilting it, I decided to add more curves and throw in those pebbles again. Can you tell they're my favorite? And here's a little nostalgia for you. My rainbow taffy quilt was made for my very first collection called Modern Marks, which is now out of print. But the pattern works great in any fabrics. And I tell you, the thrill of seeing my name on fabric never gets old. This is a super fun charm pack quilt that I machine quilted with an all-over edge-to-edge boxes designs, still one of my favorite go-to motifs. So that's just a few of the free patterns I wanted to highlight for you. There's more on my website. I release at least one new free pattern every year, each time I release a new fabric collection. It's a really great way to practice your machine quilting skills and whip up a quick quilt while you're at it. So I hope you enjoy these, and please let me know if you end up making them. Whenever someone makes one of my patterns, it just makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. I can't wait to share more free things with you. Until next time, happy quilting.